Hi families, and welcome to our latest deep dive video. Today we're going to be exploring some of our inquiry process. We use the Reggio Emilia approach here, which is an emergent curriculum that is inquiry and curiosity driven by the students' interests and their questions. So we are deep in our inquiry process this spring. Both classrooms have different topics and questions that they're exploring and investigating, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about that process and how it might emerge. Every study is a little different. There's no exact science to it, but I want to talk through and showcase some of how that works here in our program. So our main building classroom this February was deeply interested in ice. They had a lot of questions about ice. They were very invested in exploring the ice here at Ketcha. How thick was it? Can they break it? How can they manipulate it and make art with it? Why does some of it have bubbles or cracks or different shapes? They had lots of ideas about ice and really wanted to explore this material, which led them to the stream here at Ketcha. And at the stream, they were exploring the ice there. And as it became March and throughout March, that ice obviously started to melt. And so their questions really grew to ask questions about the water cycle and how the stream works. So that is where they started their study. And throughout the months, we have dug deeper and deeper into the stream ecosystem, the bridge that's on the stream, the path of the stream, which really connects to their fall inquiry around maps and paths. They've just been really thinking about how it all fits together. In mid-March, I took them on a bushwhacking hike, their first one of this school year, and we bushwhacked up the stream, trying to answer the question and see if we could find out, where does the stream come from? Where does the water come from? There were some theories the kids had about the water coming from rain and from the melting snow, which is true, but we bushwhacked upstream to see if we could find the very beginning of this stream, and we couldn't quite get there in the amount of time that we had to explore, but we bushwhacked to a real cool spot that was pretty big and swampy and had tons of skunk cabbage, their favorite plant, growing all in the stream and around the stream. So I'm going to show you some clips from our bushwhacking adventure, as well as how the students then processed their learning at our stream swamp point.
Okay, I have a question. Earlier, said we could see what was under the stream, the ice, and we saw leaves. What do we see under the ice over here? Rocks. And sticks? Why do you think there might be rocks and sticks here, but leaves down the river? Any ideas? Okay, so you think deep water has leaves?
Yeah.
And shallow water has rocks?
Yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting idea.
But a pool that has shallow has nothing, and a pool that has deep has nothing.
Why do pools not have anything?
Because if there's nothing in it, then the pool will be closed.
So humans take care of the pool, you're saying?
Yeah.
They close it when it's dirty, and then what do?
They clean it.
They clean it. Are humans cleaning the stream?
No. No. Streams can be dirty.
So one quick thing I want to say while the video is still going is that this conversation we're having about pools versus streams is really showing that this student is thinking about and working on one of the science standards for preschool in Maine, which is to understand the impact humans have on the earth. So they're connecting the difference between these environments and starting to think about that.
And the water's coming from over there to here. That's what's making it deeper.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. Did you guys hear that? Said the water's coming from over here to over here, and that's what's making it deeper.
And also that part is getting deeper because the water is getting more and more. And this part is going deeper over there because Oh, found another skunk cabbage. I found one over here.
So I'm asking a lot of open-ended questions here to see what's piquing interest for the students about the stream and see what questions and curiosities they have about the stream. And all of our staff at Ketcha do that. It's a key part of the Reggio Emilia process, is asking these bigger open-ended questions to learn more about what the students are thinking. What are their theories? What are their hypotheses? What are they curious about? So I'm asking some open-ended questions about what they're observing, and I'm noticing them talk about what's in the stream. So what's under the water, what goes with the water is an important topic to them. I'm also noticing them talking about depth of the stream and speed of the stream and connecting those ideas. Some of the students are theorizing that where the stream moves fast, it's going to have different things on the bottom than in a slow-moving part of the stream. Some students are theorizing about the depth. In deeper places of the stream, it's going to have different stuff on the bottom than shallow places. So I'm already starting to see how their brains are connecting information that they have in order to make meaning of their environment.
Okay, I have one more question, or I have one more observation to share, rather. Up here, do you guys see the stream up here? Yeah. It has a curved shape. It curves like the letter C. And around the curve, the water's moving really fast. But then when it gets to be more of a straight line, the water slows down.
And it's getting deeper.
Yeah, you've said that. It's a good observation.
So in conversation with the students around what interests they have, I'm adding some vocabulary words that we're practicing, right? I'm saying the word observation. I'm modeling to them how you can practice noticing things in the environment so that they become more aware and can notice more details of our stream environment. And I'm also incorporating in some spatial reasoning, right? So understanding paths is related to math skills and geometry skills. I'm also using the language that I've talked about in previous deep dives for writing, talking about curves versus straight lines. And I'm incorporating these things into casual conversation to reinforce those concepts, to reinforce the language that we're using so that they can start to make the connections between what we're talking about in other environments, like when we're practicing writing our names when we check into school, and they're connecting it to what we're doing at the stream. Using consistent language to make connections between different topics is helping them to build a more detailed, rich understanding of the world around them. One project that the students had started doing before this bushwhacking adventure was keeping stream journals. And each student has their own journal, and each time they go to visit the stream, they draw what they notice. And this is kind of a phenology project. So phenology is the scientific study of changes over time in an environment. So tracking how things change over the seasons is a really foundational kind of phenology that preschoolers can access really readily. So we knew the stream was going to start melting and changing as we entered these spring months. So having them journal about what they saw at the end of February, March, now we're in April, they're still using these journals, is showing their change in their understanding of the environment and the change in the environment itself over time. Plus, these students are getting many opportunities to practice scientific drawing. So scientists often make drawings to show what they're talking about. And we're practicing that, which helps them practice art skills, which helps them practice writing skills, fine motor skills, all kinds of things. And most importantly, it's helping them to build their abstract thinking. And that is a critical thinking skill, a prefrontal cortex skill that we're actively trying to build up with our preschoolers over time. So they are thinking about what they see and then being able to represent that on paper. That is an abstract concept that not all preschoolers have. So the more we do it, the more practice they get with understanding what I put on paper can represent what I'm seeing in the world and can communicate what I think to others. You're going to see a few of the students at this swamp area telling me about what they drew in their journal this day. And you're going to notice different things that each of them think are important to include in their representation of the stream. So here we go.
Tell me about that shape.
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet? I see the curve that we talked about. Is that what that is? The curve in the stream?
So that's at the start. This is the bridge.
This is the bridge, and then this is where we walked to the curve. Very interesting. Tell me about it. What did you make for the stream?
This is my bridge.
The red part?
Yeah. And right here that's the water, and also the green is
Oh, bless you.
stream water.
The green is the stream water?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So I see sometimes the stream water is really wide, and sometimes it's really narrow.
Kailina, where's my journal? And right in this area is where we are.
Oh,
Where's
okay.
that? See where that red line is?
That's us?
Where's my journal? The red
Your journal?
line's
I have
not
it, honey.
us. The red line's not us.
What's us?
Right here's us.
Right below the red line?
Yeah, right there, and up there is water. Well, ice where you get a crack.
Oh, because the ice is cracking today, isn't it? Interesting. Can you tell me about your stream drawing?
Can you hold it?
I will hold it.
So that's the stream, and then this is the cove.
So this is the big part, the wide part of the stream that we are at right now?
Yeah, and this is the cove.
Interesting. Thanks, bud. Tell me all about your drawing of the stream.
This is the pipe of it. This is the stream.
Okay, what do you mean by the pipe?
The water goes through it.
For the waterfall or the one that we just found today?
The one that we just found today.
Oh, great. I see the pipe shape. And it leads right to the stream.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.
As this was early in the emergent process and the students were just becoming accustomed to this kind of representational thinking in the journals, there is a range of different skill sets. So some children are clearly drawing specific features. They're mapping the shapes accurately. For example, a lot of students were able to draw a rectangle shape for the bridge. There are a couple students who were talking about that curve shape, right? And some of them are much more abstract. To an adult eye, it might just look like scribbles, which is why asking them to explain their work and explain their thinking is always a really helpful thing. It helps us understand what they're doing, but it also honors the fact that they are doing real work and they are thinking really deeply, even if they don't quite yet have the representational skills to communicate that in a clear way just on the paper alone. They are able to tell us about it with their voice. And this is a key writing practice opportunity where they can practice those fine motor skills, like I said, practice drawing controlled lines and controlled shapes to represent something. And it's a key math skill, actually. Like I said, that spatial reasoning is connected to geometry. So map making and drawing the path of this stream is helping to build math skills as well. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned a little bit more about the Reggio Emilia approach and how we use the emergent inquiries of the students to drive curriculum, and how we as teachers incorporate some academic cognitive skills into that work so that they are learning in a way that's engaging and meaningful and authentic to who they are as people. And I know these deep dive videos are getting a little longer than they used to be, and that's because I'm only doing them once a month now. So since I'm doing them so infrequently, I really want to give you a full, deep experience of what we're seeing in the classroom. So I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, bye.